Welcome back to USA Car Reviews, where today we take a deep dive into one of the most iconic pickups in American automotive history, the 1957 Ford F-100. This truck isn't just a machine on wheels, it's a symbol of a golden era when style, durability, and performance came together in a way that made a lasting mark on car culture. Whether you're a lifelong Ford fan, a classic truck enthusiast, or just someone who appreciates timeless design, the 57 F-100 deserves your full attention. Let's take you on a journey that's part history lesson, part technical breakdown, and part pure nostalgia. The year 1957 was an exciting time for the American automotive market. The post-war boom was in full swing, people were buying homes, starting families, and looking for vehicles that could handle both work and play. The Ford F-100 stepped in to deliver exactly that. This was the second generation of Ford's F-Series trucks, and it brought a striking new design language that separated it from its predecessors. Gone were the round, bulbous fenders of the early 50s. In their place came a clean, modern, squared-off look with integrated headlights, a larger windshield for better visibility, and a bold, wide front grille that proudly announced its presence. One of the first things you notice about the 57 F-100 is how balanced it looks. Ford managed to design a truck that could be tough and functional without sacrificing aesthetics. The front end had a distinctive horizontal grille design, framed by round headlights that gave it a confident yet friendly face. The body lines were clean and straight, creating a sense of strength. And the bed, well, this was a time before plastic bed liners and lightweight alloys. Back then, you got thick, stamped steel panels that could handle decades of hauling without complaint. This truck was built to last, and that's one reason why so many are still on the road today in restored or original condition. Under the hood, buyers in 1957 had several engine options to choose from, allowing them to tailor the truck's performance to their needs. At the base level, there was the sturdy 223 cubic inch inline-six engine, delivering reliable power and excellent torque for the time. But for those who wanted more grunt, Ford offered the legendary Y-block V8 engines. These ranged up to a 272 cubic inch displacement, giving the F-100 a healthy dose of horsepower and the kind of throaty exhaust note that could make any truck lover smile. With these engines, the F-100 wasn't just about getting the job done, it was about enjoying the drive while you did it. Performance aside, the 1957 Ford F-100 marked a significant improvement in ride quality and comfort compared to earlier trucks. Ford implemented a new wider cab, allowing for more shoulder room, and added more comfortable seating. The dashboard design was also updated, with clearly laid out gauges and easy-to-reach controls, making it more user-friendly for drivers who spent long hours behind the wheel. This was an era when trucks were starting to transition from being purely work vehicles to also serving as daily drivers for families. The F-100 was right at the forefront of that shift. Another notable feature was Ford's switch to a more modern, integrated body design. On earlier models, the fenders were bolted on as separate pieces, but for 1957, Ford adopted a single, flowing body style. This not only looked sleeker but also improved aerodynamics slightly, not that anyone was thinking much about fuel efficiency in 1957, but every little bit counted. The tailgate design was also refined, with the bold, Ford, lettering stamped into the metal, a detail that remains one of the most recognizable elements of vintage Ford pickups. Let's talk about capability, because at the end of the day, a truck's worth is measured by how well it can handle the tough stuff. The 57 F-100 could be ordered with a range of bed lengths and payload capacities, making it versatile for farmers, construction workers, small business owners, and just about anyone who needed a reliable workhorse. Its solid front axle and leaf spring suspension made it tough enough for rugged terrain, while the rear-wheel drive layout ensured good load handling and towing capability. And for those who really needed extra muscle, Ford offered heavy-duty versions with reinforced frames and upgraded brakes. What makes the 1957 F-100 truly special, though, is the way it has aged. This isn't just a pickup that you park in your garage and forget about. Even decades later, it's a centerpiece of car shows, a favorite among restorers, and a truck that still turns heads on the road. Part of that appeal comes from its simplicity. There's no complex electronics, no digital screens, no computer-controlled anything. Just good old-fashioned mechanical engineering that you can maintain with a set of wrenches and some know-how. For a lot of enthusiasts, that's pure gold. Restoring a 57 F-100 today is like bringing a piece of history back to life. Many restorers opt to keep them original, with factory-correct paint colors like colonial white, raven black, or flame red, and interiors trimmed to match. Others go the custom route, dropping in modern V8 engines, upgrading the suspension, and adding disc brakes for better performance on today's roads. Either way, the foundation Ford provided in 1957 is strong enough to handle it all. And while original, numbers-matching trucks fetch a high price on the collector market, even modified examples hold great value because of the model's timeless appeal. Speaking of value, the 1957 Ford F-100 is one of those vehicles that has steadily risen in demand over the years. Back in the day, you could find a decent one sitting in a barn for a few $100. Today, fully restored examples can command tens of thousands of dollars, depending on originality and condition. That's because people recognize that trucks like this represent more than just a mode of transportation. They're rolling pieces of Americana, built during a time when craftsmanship mattered and when every curve and crease of a body panel was stamped with pride. Driving a 57 F-100 is an experience in itself. The steering is heavier than what you'd find in a modern truck, and the ride can be a bit bouncy, especially without a load in the back. But there's a certain charm in feeling connected to the road, hearing the engine work, and knowing that every movement is direct and mechanical. It's not about comfort in the modern sense, it's about authenticity. Every sound, every vibration reminds you that you're behind the wheel of something real, something built to last. As we wrap up this deep dive into the 1957 Ford F-100, it's clear why this truck remains such an enduring favorite. It's not just the classic styling or the reliable performance, but the story it tells about an America that was building, growing, and moving forward. The F-100 was there to carry the load, literally and figuratively, for countless people across the country. And even now, nearly 7 decades later, it continues to inspire a new generation of truck enthusiasts. So, whether you're lucky enough to own one, dreaming of restoring one, or just admiring from afar, the 57 Ford F-100 deserves a place in your heart. It's more than a truck, it's a legend. And here at USA Car Reviews, we'll always celebrate machines like this, because they remind us of where we've been and what we can achieve when durability, design, and passion come together in one perfect package. Thanks for joining us for this journey into automotive history, and we'll see you in the next review.